In a few weeks, 4 humans will leave Earth farther than anyone has in more than 50 years. They won't land. They won't plant a flag. They won't make history headlines the way you expect. Artemis II isn't about reaching the moon. It's about answering one uncomfortable question: has NASA actually learned why astronauts used to die? Or have we just learned how to forget more carefully? This mission doesn't test rockets. It tests memory. Artemis II, the mission that tests NASA's memory. Most people think Artemis II is a return to the moon mission. It isn't. There is no lander. No surface hardware. No flags. No speeches written in advance. Artemis II is something far less exciting, and far more dangerous. It is a full system test with humans inside. NASA isn't proving it can go far. NASA is proving it can come back. And that distinction matters, because almost every fatal spaceflight accident happened after launch, when the noise stopped and the assumptions took over. Why launch day is the least important day? Launch day gets the attention. It always does. Fire. Sound. Speed. But launch day is the least interesting part of Artemis II. Because rockets fail loudly. System failures happen quietly. Apollo 1 didn't explode on the pad. Challenger didn't fail at ignition. Columbia didn't break during ascent. They failed after everyone relaxed. Artemis II is designed around that lesson. This is the second flight of SLS. The first time Orion carries humans. The first time NASA's deep space system operates fully crewed. No commercial backup. No alternative capsule. No Plan B spacecraft. NASA chose this on purpose. Because redundancy can hide cultural problems. SLS, a rocket built by memory, not speed. The Space Launch System is often criticized. Too slow. Too expensive. Too political. All of that is true. But SLS was not designed to be fast. It was designed to be boringly predictable. Every weld. Every valve. Every margin. They exist because someone, somewhere, once got it wrong. SLS is not innovation forward. It is trauma-informed engineering. And Artemis II is the first time humans sit on top of it. Orion, where most of the risk lies. Orion is not a new spacecraft. It's a new context. Deep space is different from low Earth orbit. No immediate rescue. No quick abort to Earth. No rapid ground intervention. Life support must work continuously. Thermal control must be precise. Navigation must be autonomous. Artemis II is the first time humans test Orion's life support for days. Deep space radiation exposure. Crew fatigue outside Earth orbit. Heat shield performance with lives attached. Apollo astronauts trusted systems that had never flown with humans. NASA refuses to repeat that mistake. The most important orbit you've never heard of. Artemis II doesn't go straight to the moon. That's intentional. The spacecraft enters high Earth orbit first. This is where NASA watches everything. Crew health. System behavior. Power margins. Human performance. This phase exists because Apollo didn't have it. Apollo rushed. NASA remembers what that cost. The lunar flyby, symbolic, not celebratory. When Artemis II swings around the moon. There is no insertion burn. No orbit. No landing attempt. Just gravity. The moon becomes a tool, not a destination. This flyby tests navigation accuracy. Communications latency. Thermal behavior near lunar shadow. Psychological effects of extreme distance. This is the farthest humans will travel since Apollo 17. And NASA treats it like a checklist item. That tells you everything. The heat shield, where history lives. If Artemis II fails, it will most likely fail here. Re-entry. Columbia reached orbit. Columbia completed its mission. Columbia died coming home. Orion's heat shield behaved unexpectedly on Artemis I. It survived, but not the way simulations predicted. That scared NASA. So Artemis II exists to answer one question: do we understand what we saw, or did we just get lucky? Why this mission is really about culture. Every accident investigation ends the same way. The hardware failed. But the cause was cultural. Ignored warnings. Normalized risk. Schedule pressure. Artemis II is where NASA proves it still knows how to stop. This mission is slow because slowness is memory. NASA versus SpaceX is the wrong question. People compare Artemis to SpaceX. That comparison misses the point. SpaceX optimizes for iteration. NASA optimizes for consequence. Both approaches work. Both fail, when ego replaces listening. Artemis II exists to remind NASA who it is. What Artemis II really decides. If Artemis II succeeds, it doesn't mean Artemis III is safe. It means NASA paused, listened, and respected uncertainty. That's the real victory. Because space doesn't care how confident you are. Why this mission matters. Artemis II isn't heroic. It's cautious. And caution is written in names. Every checklist exists because someone didn't come home. If you want space stories without hype. Without hero worship. Without fake drama. Backhand index pointing right. Subscribe to Astrocatastros. Because space doesn't forgive arrogance. But it always remembers lessons.